Okay. Alright. Hello everyone. What I'm going to be doing today is putting a factory alternator back on the car, and the reason being is that I have the factory alternator to put back on, but I haven't been bothered to. I've got my modified Magna or Diamante alternator on here at the moment, which has been good for the past, I don't know, 2 or 3 years. However, I have a family member that has a Magna. The alternator's packed it in, and it'd be silly for me to try and customise a Tarago alternator to fit her Magna when I have a Magna one on my Tarago that will fit it. So I don't really want to be Magna alternator on a Tarago Previa and a friggin' Previa alternator on a Magna. So time to change it over. So first of all, to get to the alternator, want to make it easier to get into the front. So remove that ducting at the front there and the battery. Negative first. By removing the battery, it's clearly not going to be in for an hour at least. If the battery is disconnected for longer than 2 minutes, it wipes the computer of error codes and so forth. So keep in mind, if you're doing this, you disconnect the battery for a period of time, the next half a dozen to a dozen drives, the computer's relearning about how you drive and what problems the computer has, or the car has, van has, before you'll see any error codes or anything again, if you had any. Now I disconnected my power fan. Most of you wouldn't have a power fan. Might put the camera on the other side and see if you can get a bit of a better look while I do this. Definitely need some better lighting. How's that look? A bit tricky doing this. Don't have the heart on the tripod. And I don't want the tripod being in my way either. Sorry about that area there, so you can see there. The alternator's currently in there. Don't really want the light in my way either, but the things you got to do, eh? Keep people happy. Alrighty. Exactly what I want. Don't want the tripod in my way. See about there, yeah. Alright, so first of all, I need to loosen off. I've got earth leads on here that I've added. One goes directly to the battery, the other one goes down to the body, the other one goes to my fans. So, that looks like a 12mm on that. I would be wrong. So, 1/2 inch, 13mm. Now, would have liked to have kept this alternator, but it's not overly important. Just it puts out 110 amps, and the Previa one puts out 70 amps. So it is what it is. I'll feel better having the original alternator on this as well, because I don't know, it's like every 6 months or so I've got to retension the fan belt with this alternator in here. It's like every 6 months it starts to squeal, and get in there and tighten her up again. Okay, put there. Cut this cable tie that's in the way. Holding some cables on there.
Hi, Marky. Scary, Marky.
Now this is the connection to the alternator, which I will unplug now. So you can see that's the original Tarago alternator. There's a couple of pins that I push into it that activates that alternator. No longer need that in the way. Still a different plug to the one that's I'm putting on. That's the 94 version. Well, it's coming off a 94 Tarago, and my Tarago is a 92. Different connection, got the same wires though. There's a butterfly here that you use for tensioning. And it's a bit tricky on mine because it's been over tightened for the fan belt, being that it's not the correct alternator. Now it should come loose. A bit of luck, we can beat the heat today as well. It's going to be 35 degrees Celsius today. Okay. So I need to get that off there now. That's my little custom add-on for this. by putting that extra long bolt in there, I've used that as a lever to pull this straight, which is obviously not going to be needed anymore. So I need to get that off. Been a while. I think the washer's kind of stuck in there. Not a 12. 13. Oh, it's not a washer, it's the shape of the bolt. Shape of the nut, rather. Okay, using my phone, get a little bit closer. I was going to do a live recording on this for something different, but I've been stopped so many times this morning. It's now between 9 o'clock when I started, and it's now getting on to 12 o'clock, and I've still only removed a couple of bolts, and I keep getting stopped. So now it's I've changed my mind, and I'm just going to do recordings, and I'll post it on Facebook or YouTube later. So right now, this is the butterfly that you do for tensioning up the alternator. If you're just changing the fan belt, you don't need to take this all the way off. You just need to make it loose, but I have to pull the alternator out. So I have to take everything off. What a cow. Put a screwdriver in the back there so I can stop that from turning. That's that thing there. And the screwdriver going through there. Stop that from turning. Get that off. spaces. Now undo the bolt at the bottom. Probably going to be a 14mm. No. Not a 14mm. Looks more like a half-inch. The original one is 14mm though. Power there as well. Looks like a 12. It is. Oh, I'd forgotten I did that. It's loose, so I'm trying to get this belt off just the way it is. What's going to happen? There is a 14mm on the back here that I had to loosen off before to move this mount to get this particular alternator on. If I can knock that bolt from the bottom out, I might be able to avoid having to undo that again. beauty of having the car nice and high. Don't have to worry about ramps. All my cars get lifted. Sweet. Now, get that belt off. Alternator comes through the bottom. Okay, so that's out. That's the one from the Magna that I had in. And yeah, you can see they're very different than what I had to make to get that to fit. Has done the job well. Good strong alternator. Okay, I need to make sure that this original bolt is going to go back in okay. Yep, beautiful. Get this fan belt off. Even the stock one, nothing. This is the original belt, still good. The belt I just took off is slightly bigger than this one to fit the other alternator. Okay, beautiful. So now I'll get the original alternator back on from underneath, and I'll soon be in business. Actually, I've got a problem. There's a really tight fit at the bottom here on the van. I took it out, and I was worried about that with this one. Looks like I've got the same problem here. Really tight fit. I'll put the alternator there for a minute. That can't be knocked out. looks like it can. This bit here, hopefully you can hear me alright, but this bit here looks like it could be tapped in a little bit. I see how that works. So it's coming through just a little bit, this side here, just a little bit. And when I tighten this bolt up, it's going to push that back in and push pressure against the alternator again. A bit more. Gee whiz. Really have to get that all the way. I don't think it moved much that time, but give it another go. It's not an easy job when you've got to push an alternator up, even though carrying it in your hand when your arm is hanging down doesn't feel heavy. Trying to push this little bugger up here all the time, not so easy. Tap this way. Beautiful. Gotcha. Yep. So the original one is 14 mil. tighten that completely up yet because I still need to put the top together. Should be able to get that right through easy. Trying to wiggle it up a little bit, see if that helps. That's a genuine alternator. I should go through.
Cheers, man. Thank you so much. Oh, chuck it in the back. Wow, that's fine.
Carry the white stuff, eh?
Yay me.
Cheers,
The
mate.
back wheel off this one here actually came off the freestyle bike,
Oh yeah?
but because it's my kids aren't used to
Doing the
they like foot brakes.
yeah, okay.
Because the freestyle bike doesn't have foot brakes,
Yeah.
the wheels are swapped.
I put on your
Okay, not really too sure where I left off now. I just noticed that it wasn't recording anymore. Anyway, found the original butterfly from the other van. So I just spray a bit of lubricant on that. Make life a little bit easier. Can't really see it, so I'm going by feel. There we go. Just notice I'm going to have a problem with this here. I think I should put a couple of washers behind that to give me a bit of clearance. In case you're wondering, it's the same setup for the AC, having the butterfly there, and I I think I used the 26mm socket over the end of this before to tighten up the AC belt. Oh, beauty, one more washer. That'll give me plenty of clearance. The metal here that I'm hitting before putting these washers on is actually a bit of a mounting bracket for the power cord to the alternator. So I'm tightening that up now, tighten the belt up. Okay, that should do it. Oh, that's actually a 12mm nut that I used there off the original van. Yeah. Power line. That's earth. That's earth. Yeah, power cord came through to the bottom. That's alright though, because I need to do some wiring from the other Tarago to this one. Alright, I'll show you underneath here. This is the connection from the other Tarago Previa. That's what I'm going to use. This is the original. I'm not going to cut this plug off, nor am I going to cut into wires. What I'm going to do, and I only just recently ran out, so I need to go down the shop and buy some more. Get some spade fittings. Put spade fittings on here and slide the spade fittings into the end there. So if you hold the plug this way, that should be, all I have to just follow colour coding, by the way, because it's the same, white, yellow and black, white, yellow and black. But I believe that one there is light, that one's ignition, and that one's S for sensor, which the regulator senses the power at the battery and knows whether if the battery needs to be charged or not, and regulates the voltage. And yeah, same deal with this. Anyway, it goes in the pattern here of this one too. The same three, like you got S, L, and ignition. Might not be in that coordination what I just said then, but easy enough to look that diagram up on the internet if you wanted to do the same sort of thing and you're not too sure what, mostly if you're going to adapt the alternator to somewhere else, maybe on a generator or something. But in this case it's real simple, just follow the colour of the wires, put this plug in there and connect it up. So I'm going to leave this for now and get down the street and buy some spade connections and then continue. Okay, so I've skipped a step. I've already done the wiring onto the alternator, the charging lead, and wired that plug like I explained I was going to do. Just when I got home, I didn't want to go inside and grab the phone off the charger straight away. Just got straight into the van. But now I'm putting it all back together. Or I better grab the phone. I'm not using my camera today. I started off using the camera, but the camera can't get into tight places like the phone can. Just gotta tighten that nut of the bolt back up that I undid earlier, and finish tightening off that 14mm underneath. Put the battery back in and start her up. I've got a smaller 14mm. That's nice and handy. That's better. That'll do that bit. Let's go under. it. Okay, we're all secure, we're all done. I'll get the battery in. I'll put the battery back in, and you can see I was holding the phone for cable tie the selfie stick. That's about all I use that selfie stick for, a phone stand. I'll get this battery in now, and might as well put it, well, I'll put that on last. I'll set it started and charging first. I'll put the battery in now, and we'll start it up and do that together. Alright, battery's in, we're good to go. Oh, one of these covers. You like them? I do. Find the correct key from this bunch. So we're looking at 12.2 volt. .1. She's working. I had 100% confidence it would, but there's always that off chance that it won't. Good stuff. Well, I'm done. So, thank you all for watching. Quick look at my van. Alright, cheers guys.